And welcome to part 4 of this LEGO build. We are here live to continue on with this case that we have so far. A little bit blurred here, but this is building up nicely. We finished up some of the initial mechanics yesterday, and we're just going to carry on with that. So that was what we finished off with was bag number 7, and we are going to continue on with bag number 8. So let me just switch over to an overhead view and we can get rolling. As tradition, we'll empty all the bags here on stream. There are 3 bags for three bag 8s. This is going to be a lot of, this is going to be a little bit, these pieces are going to fit into these pieces or something to that effect. And this bag has got some interesting bits as well. I've seen a lot of this stuff before. What are new are these plastic dowels. These are just straight up plastic dowels, and I lost one. Let me just see if I can find that. That's not too bad. Okay, let's carry on with this. Let's take a look at my stream stats. Do I have my stream stats? Because it does look like I'm at a lower bit rate than normal. Oh yeah. Well, we'll see if that improves as the night goes on. If the quality sucks though, then I don't know. Looks good on your end? Okay, well, if it looks good on your end, then let's keep moving. Normally it streams at about 6,000 kilobytes per second, and I'm only getting like half of that right now, but at any rate, it's being recorded at its normal bit rate, so we'll let Twitch do its thing. Okay. Let's get this somewhat organized here. I don't think all this stuff needs to be on center of the camera. All right, these guys up here. Okay, let's carry on with these guys. Oh, these guys are just going to roll everywhere. That's annoying. Okay, so to start, I need some of these 3x1s, these round curvy ones. We'll just separate these out so I can get these beige dowels out of the way in some place where they're not going to roll off the end of my desk. Get these guys, you touch them anywhere and they go flying. I can just get these guys up here somewhere. That should be, at least I'll see them as they're making their getaway. Those guys don't roll very far, so we're safe there. Okay, so let's carry on. Looks like we need one of these, 2 of these 2x2 or 1x2s, and 6. I guess some more connector pieces. I should go into the LEGO website and see if I can figure out what the actual names are for these things. I feel like I'm just kind of winging it here. At the end of the day, what they do is they make it so this piece, or these pieces, fit nicely onto this board. Something to that effect. Step 151. We are now going to resume after that annoying frustration with webcams. But, you know, that's technology. This stuff happens sometimes. Not the end of the world. Certainly not the end of my world. Okay, so let's continue building this guy up. Okay, need a T piece. A couple of these little markers, little red markers. That's the only thing I can figure out they're good for, or that's what they're used for. Yeah, so definitely not the webcam of choice that I've got on right now. It's my old Logitech 920 something. Like, I've had it since like 2018, so a long time. But it's reliable. The T piece basically goes right in here, and we continue stacking up on these other pieces. I'm guessing that this will help us add stuff on here in some of the subsequent steps. This looks like supporting stuff. So now this is a specific piece that has a little T connector here in the middle. And there should be 2 of them. And they are connected with one of these blue pieces. So it looks like it comes up from below like this. There we go. And this goes, where does this go? It goes right over top of these red pieces here by the looks of it. Just like that. Now we need 2 of these L shapes. I only see one. Oh, here it is. There it is. 4 of these little flat rounded 1x2s. And then 2 of the, oh, there it is. 2 of these little flat, these little single button pieces. So let's go ahead and start with the left-hand side. This piece goes in here. Looks like it just provides further guidance, a little bit of guidance here for the chain, although it's not touching the chain. So my guess is it keeps dust and rodents out of the word work. It's probably not actually the case. Maybe ants, something small. Go. Yeah, these parts of the build can be a little slow sometimes, just because we're kind of like, building up support structure. So like once we build this thing up, we'll never look at it again. So in some ways, it's neat to see as we're building it how it ticks. This guy goes here, because I'm not taking this thing apart once it's built. Don't quite have myself centered on my camera, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'll fix that tomorrow. That seems like a tomorrow problem for me. Okay, so this piece holds this this guiding ball in place so it doesn't shift around. Now we're really into the bits and bytes here. There we go. And then one more for our single sleeve. So our single sleeve goes over here. One of our doubles. Looks like it fits in the top part of this section. And then this rounds out, oops, this rounds out the T. Yeah, one of the other things I've been doing with this is I've been experimenting with some of the, obviously the NVIDIA broadcast features, but one of them is the microphone stuff. Man, noise removal and like background removal, that works well. And in real time, it blows me away, to be perfectly honest, how well it works. Just gonna jam a bunch of these in here. That's the last of those. And that fits right here. Okay, now we gotta build 64 of these things. So what do these things do? I have no idea. How do they work? Haven't the foggiest. Let's see what one looks like. I think it just, does it give it support? I think it just pushes in like that. I mean, it fits perfectly. Huh. And where does it go? It goes basically in all the negative space by the looks of it. So kind of like that. Okay, well, I got a couple of these things to go. This part is going to be a little slow to watch, just because it's kind of one of these tasks that just, they're not much fun, but they have to be done. So what I'll do is I'll just make these up, listen to some chill music, and add them to the board once I have them all built. I think that's the best way to do it. Because otherwise I'm going back and forth and lose track of what I've done. I don't know if there's exactly 64 of these things, so I'm just going to build them on spec and assume that maybe there's like 1 or 2 spare parts by the time I'm done. So this is one of those things, if you had like a bunch of people working on this, then one of those tasks you divide up a whole bunch of people. I think this will be the part that I speed through on when I copy this over to YouTube. Speed through or just cut out altogether. It'll just be the magic of editing. Hey, welcome back, Nessie. You've tuned in for a very boring part of the stream where I'm just putting these things together. But definitely making some good progress on this project. Yeah, 64 is nuts. I mean, based on the picture, I mean, it kind of, I see what they're doing. I see why they're doing it, because you have to have something to support the, because this is eventually going to be the screen portion, right? So something has to support the Lego that goes on top of it. And the easiest, cheapest way to do it is probably just to have, rather than coming up with a custom piece that looks like this, but like pre-assembled, it's like, nah, it's cheaper to take a bunch of stuff that's already been manufactured and get some poor schmuck like me to put it all together. It's a little bit menial, but at the same time too, it's also, I don't know, it sometimes there's, I don't know, sort of comfort in sort of dumb repetitive tasks. I'm totally not counting these things either. I'm just going to build them all up and then jam them all in. I don't think I need to count out 64. We have a couple left over, then I guess that's how it was designed. We're getting a good pile built up though. It's definitely coming along. After my webcam crashed earlier, I'm definitely like checking, make sure it's still carrying on, but it seems to be stable so far. So I think I'll be okay. It's weird though, because like on my, so I've got a streaming, like a dedicated streaming PC that I use, and it's kind of a pain to use just because it's like everything's all networked. And I was trying to do what they call it, the NDI thing, which is network, like video over the network. So rather than using a capture card, and that kind of works most of the time, but it's sort of flaky sometimes too. So I was getting like weird stutters, and so I was trying to figure out if it was a networking problem, if it was a hardware problem, if it was a driver issue. I suspect it might be a bit of a driver issue, and maybe the best way to fix it would be just to like go and do a fresh installation of Windows on my computer. What is that going through? There we go. But that also takes time, and it's no guarantee that would actually fix the problem. So yeah, when I had my GoPro cam connected to the streaming PC, no problems. It worked like a charm, which was surprising to me. It's like, it's like, obviously the GoPro wasn't designed to work as a webcam. Yeah, it's an action cam. You strap it onto, I don't know, strap it on yourself before you jump out of an airplane or something. But yeah, it was nice and stable. And when I switched over to this computer, which is a little bit faster and like should be more stable, but nope, wasn't happy. I think it crashed twice yesterday, and then like really crashed today. I couldn't even get it back on after it crashed this evening. So I hooked up my old Logitech, the old reliable webcam. Got me through the pandemic. I think I bought this webcam back in 2018. I'll tell you, there's a lot more options now than there was back then. The camera I'm using for the overhead is an Instalink 360. It's that thing, man. I tell you, that is a very capable webcam. It's pricey, but you get a nice picture out of it. Oh, should I count? I'm going to do it. 10, 20, 40. Yeah, okay. Still on track. I think this is going to make exactly 64. Oh, I should tell you about my cat. He had a bit of a rough 24 hours there yesterday. It's my small little orange cat, Tiberius. We recently got some new cat treats, and he's very, like, he really likes those little, what they call them, temptations or whatever. Anyway, we got some new ones, and I guess they didn't agree with him, so we fed him a couple treats the night before. No problems, we didn't think anyway. I didn't notice anything, and then the next day I fed him just a couple more, just to sort of chase around the room and stuff. And then I was down here working on something, and I heard the cat barf. Well, that's if you've ever had cats, that's actually not that uncommon of a thing to happen. Cats throw up. But anyway, so I figured, okay, well, I'll just go upstairs and clean up the cat barf. And it was a good bit of cat barf, but got that all cleaned up. And then I was watching TV, and I heard the cat upstairs again get sick. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously there's something that he didn't really like at all. So I go upstairs and he's up there, and so I'm cleaning that up, and I see him, and he's squatting, and he's like, it was starting to come out of both ends. So I'm like, oh no, you're not feeling good at all. And poor guy's in pain. And anyway, so for the first little while, I'm following the cat with spray bottle and, you know, Kleenex and paper towel and stuff to try to clean up after him. And yeah, he was I eventually what I had to do is I had to put him into one of our bathrooms just to kind of keep him contained, because I figure, okay, well, you know, this is probably going to last a couple hours. I can't just keep walking, following the cat around and like cleaning up his messes and stuff. Let's keep it contained to one area. And, you know, sure enough, did that. And he wasn't feeling great all the way until probably yesterday evening. And eventually it stopped. He wasn't throwing up anymore. He wasn't coming out of the other end either. And yeah, today he's fine. He's okay. Purring, eating, drinking, being a normal cat. Let's see here. Yeah, 63 that I count, but I might have just miscounted one somewhere. So, or maybe that's 4. Anyway, let's run with that and see if we have any spares, or none, or if we're missing one. I can do that. So we'll start it up here in this top corner. It's like it goes around here. Easier said than done. There it goes. I just have to rotate it around so I get a good consistent insertion here. Okay, there's that side. Now there's some over here as well. It looks like it covers up this whole corner. How far over though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forget what my limits are. I think so. I don't think I put it in that one corner there. I wonder if there's yeah, okay. This is a better diagram to work with. This is way easier to work with. I was just thinking, like the last time I did this, there was like this summary type thing on the next page. That would have been a lot easier to work off that one than the other one that's at a bit of an angle. That's a lot easier to follow. Oh, I did miss one. No. I thought this one was one of these guys that I put in, but I forgot to put in like a dowel into, but that's actually, no, that's a separate piece altogether. It almost tricked me. Yes, if you ever wanted to know how the sausage is made, or how the ghosts rotate through the maze here, that's what's going on. Little Lego chains and everything, which is actually kind of neat. Like, this is totally a pain in the butt to build, but, or this portion of it, I should say. And it's not like it's hard, it's just sort of tedious. There's this one. Okay. Almost to the end of it. And it looks like I've got one to spare, or I missed one somewhere. But I don't think I did. So I got all these guys here. Wraps around. These guys down here. Nope, I think I've just got one extra one. So I either built 64 or 65, or I only needed 63. Oh, look at this. So that one I did put one into, turns out I need it anyway. So it goes into the very end here. That's good. And then we got some of these, they almost look like Lego telescopes. These little stands will go, it's like one goes here, and the other one, oh, there's 3 of them. Okay. Another one goes here. The third one goes up here. Okay. That's bag number 8. So now we're on to bag number 10. I think there's just one bag for bag number 10. And as far as spare parts go, it was only these 2 for that bag. I'll just add them to the pile. Yeah, the amazing part about this NVIDIA filtering software for the microphone is that made a lot of noise. But the but it will never make it to the recording. It gets filtered out. This part, I think, I'm still working on this section here. Based on these colors, I think this is the actual like Pac-Man game area. This is exciting. This will actually look somewhat less abstract by the end of this bag, I think. Spread out a little bit so I can see stuff. All right. So for the first little bit here, I need a whole bunch of blocks. So 2x4, 2x3, a long one like this, and I don't see any that are about the same size, so I'm going to assume that that's the right one. A longer single piece, a 1x3, and like I need a 1x2 as well. So these are just single ones. So let's build this all up. 3 piece, and then a long piece. We go 3 again, and 4. This snaps onto the very front like that. So now we flip this guy around, and we need some of the single pieces. 2 of the single blocks, 2 of the 1x4s, and should be a second one here. Here it is. Basically right in front of me. And then 2 of these flat 1x4s. So it looks like, push this out of the way so I can see it properly. We go 4, and a single piece, and a flat 1x2. That's just mirrored on this side. There we go. And we're building this up a bit more. So this is the part I like. This is like where you actually start seeing this taking some shape. And this is kind of a neat piece here. So it's a 1x4, but it's got mounting points on the edge, the side of it. And same thing with this, same but different. So apparently there's 4 of these, and there should be another. Yep, here we go. Okay, so let's see if we can build this up. So this time I'm going to start from the middle. It kind of makes sense, I think. What did I just knock over? Beak of the Devil, Tiberius has just joined me down here. He's having a little drink of water, which is good to see because he lost a lot of it yesterday. The worst part about having a sick cat is you worry about him. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you weren't feeling very good at all, were you? No way. Doesn't really want to hang around here. He's got stuff. He's got stuff he has to do. Cat stuff, I guess. Sniff around, check, see what's changed, see if anything's changed. Go bother the other cat. Okay. Let me just stack these guys together. This is pretty easy. And these fit just up here on the top. So there's already a flat 2x3 that was placed down earlier. So it's really easy to see where these go, where these belong. Just kind of makes sense. Okay. So now I need 2 of these 1x3s and 4 of the 1x2s. Same thing, they're just stacking on top of each other. It's on here. Looks like these 2 fit right here and right here. So we're definitely filling in sort of the blanks and making it all like a level, leveling the whole thing off from that angle, but it's definitely what's happening. Yeah, so 3 of these guys, and then 6 of these little rounded 1x2s. We'll get them all assembled here before I put them onto the board. This top one goes up here. Yeah, these just kind of fit over the top part. These gear pieces. Everything still turns, so that's good. Here are the 1x2s and 3 of the 3 1x3s. Looks like just kind of goes together like that. And these fit into these holes here. I'm sure it's probably not the easiest to see on camera, but it's actually like when you're looking at it, it makes a lot of sense. It's quite obvious where they go at this point. We're just basically building up to the game area. Okay. Now, how does this go? This is less obvious. It's just going to jump ahead. Nope. I think this fits on like, oops, like this. I think that makes sense. This one's easy. Okay. 2, 4, and 2 of the little buttons. So 3 snaps onto the 2, and then another 2 fits on here to make an L, and the button snaps onto it. And that just fits right into this piece here, which is like really hard to maneuver with my paws, but there we go. And then this guy, the same thing, but slightly different orientation. Yeah, like that. Come on back. Just put you right in here. Now, it's just a matter of kind of putting together these little strange little abstract shapes. I think we're kind of in this area here. The 2 fits on top of the 3. And put another 3 here to make a T. Whoops. Make a T. Here we go. And then under, we add a couple more of the 1x2s. And then level it all off with these single button things. And the whole thing just kind of fits on here. There we go. And this should be the, well, no, there's 2 more. So there's this piece here they're going to fill in, and then this piece on this side. I assume. Because I don't know if I've actually got the parts left to do it. Maybe that's another, perhaps there's another method there. Okay. 2, then the 3, and the 2. So this L piece goes right here. And then these 2 just snap together and finish off this side of it. It's actually got a pretty substantial depth to it now that we've got it built up some. It's fun to play with mechanics. Okay, here we go. Now we're building up some of the edges here. It looks like we make a little pillar out of these single blocks. And then we've got some corresponding double high 1x2s. And then 4 of these smaller blocks that are, I don't know what you call that. Like they're engineered blocks anyway. I mean, it's all engineered, I suppose, but okay. So it looks like I'm going to start from up here because I think this ends up right here, but it's easier to build down from a known spot. And a 2-piece, another one of these, and we'll finish that up. Yep, that was in the right spot. Finish that up with a little pillar, and then I'll repeat that on this side. There we are. That's step 171. Let's move on to 172. Get some more of these guys. So it looks like the orientation probably matters. Looks like there's a space in between them. So that makes sense. Same thing on this side. It's the same orientation. Yeah, we keep on working around. How many of these? We need 6 of those. 4 more of these guys. That finishes those off. All right. So that's easy. That goes there. And then another one goes here. It's down here. 1 block here. Last one on this side. Right down here to the edge. Now, same sort of thing over here. At the very least, it is symmetrical. So if you ever played the original Pac-Man game, this is starting to look very familiar to the board, which is, I'm guessing, the next step. So there should be, put all this stuff here together. A couple different sizes here. These are all 1x3s, which I think, yeah, those are the longest ones. It looked like it might have been a 1x4, but no, it is actually 1x3. So this, we start up here in the very top. And then we start adding these little 2 pieces. By the end of this step, it's really going to be, well, this bag anyway, it's really going to be looking quite apparent what we're building. Okay, so we're at the edge. Now we want a corner piece. These ones I feel confident just kind of building in parallel rather than going down one side and then switching to the other side. Not too complicated. Okay. So now we're going to add in some of these sections. Oh, that's what those little things are. They're the pellets. I had no idea. Oh, it's, yeah, okay, okay. I don't know if that was painfully obvious to everybody else, but it was not obvious to me what these are the little dowels. And I thought it was just like, it's extra support, I guess. But no. That is like the thing that you collect when you're playing the game. Thank goodness I still have a day job. Although not this week. I'm on vacation this week. That's why this is happening now. It's been great. It's been a great bit of time off. Oh, that just kind of flew in there. Go. Corner pieces. Try not to get ahead of myself. I want to keep it somewhat even as I'm going down. For no particular reason. Except it looks sort of, well, it makes sense to me anyway. I guess that's all that matters. I'm just going to place my last two corner pieces so that they're done. So I go down here. The rest of the stuff is pretty straightforward. At least I thought it was. Okay. So there's a slight difference here. It's still like right in the middle. There's a 3 piece. Hey!
27 just followed.
Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're just in the process of building up a LEGO Icons, the Pac-Man set. That was Yol Kiki. Welcome, welcome. It's a pleasure to meet you. Okay. Yeah, it's really taking shape here now. The maze portion. It's starting to look pretty cool. All that abstract mechanics and the chain and all that stuff, it's all starting to make sense. Still a little bit left to go because obviously there's the ghost area there in the middle, but you can really see the movement there. That's pretty neat. So far, I've been working on this set. This is my 4th day, so I do about 2 hours a night, or that's what I've been doing up to this point. So I'm about 8 hours in. And I figure I'm just about to go into bag 10. There's only 14, but there's still a little bit left to go, I think. So more than half, well, according to the icon anyway. Yeah, definitely more than halfway through the whole set. Okay. Bag number 10. Let's get this opened up and see where this takes us. It'd be nice to like finish this piece here because it gives a nice little, I don't know, little bit of finality to it. Oh, there's a cherry. And the other ghost. I was wondering where the orange ghost was. It's another cherry. Okay, this is cool. Let's set this stuff here. All right. So now, 178. Looks like, what's going on here? I think we're just placing this stuff in. Yeah, okay. Let's find all the parts here. Okay, so we're going to be putting in our first cherry. And there should be a, what kind of connector is that? That's a, here we are. One of those guys. Now what's that last piece? There's only one of them? No. Here it is. I'm not sure what that is. I'm sure it'll make more sense. All right, well, let's build up our cherry. Like this. Oh, I'm missing one piece. Is it some of these 1x3s, I think? This is always the tricky part when we open up a new bag, is you got to go find all the parts again. It's hard to explain. It's like you kind of get used to where everything is. And of course, as you're adding stuff into the board or into the set, then it's a little less to go and find. Okay, so according to the picture, it should be something like that. Where does this go? This goes, looks like it goes right in here. I can rotate that cherry later, although maybe I'll do it now. I've got it right in front of me. That's about right. Okay, need one of these guys, or 2 of them, I should say. 2 of those pieces. I need 2 flat, looks like they're 1x3s right here. These are a bit of an odd shape. I don't think I've seen one of these before. They look like, yeah, they're like a single flat, like a single block piece, but it's like 2 high instead of the regular like 1 high. So like a standard brick is like 3 of these, and this is like 2/3. 2/3 a standard brick. I make 2 of these. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so what's going to happen is these are going to fit. So one goes on one side here, kind of on the top piece, and the other one goes in here. Oh, okay. You know what I think is going to happen here is, you can kind of see this here. Let me just bring it in a little closer. So this piece here, I think when you crank the mechanics around, it's going to make the cherries sort of dance back and forth. So if that's the case, I wonder if I should offset the cherry a little bit. I'm not going to worry about it. That could get a little tedious. Okay, we're going to place another ghost in here. So this is our little orange ghost. I don't remember what his name is. He's got a name, though. He definitely has a name. Okay, one of those, one of these circle pieces, and a little cap for it. And it looks like it just kind of fits on top like that. I think it fits on top. Let me just make sure he's nice and straight. Yep, there it is. There's another piece here. Got another cherry, another Pac-Man. Should be there it is. With these pieces, whoa, they're getting away from me. Yeah, I'm building up the middle box now. With those, another, here it is, piece like that. So we start by placing the ghost door. That's what we'll call this one. This will be the ghost door. And then on the top side, similarly, the upper edge of the ghost house. And you can't have a ghost house without some supporting foundations. And that should be, oh, I messed it up. So this is the bottom of the ghost house. So now we go here. Maybe it doesn't jiggle. Like there's no movement there at all. And it's just there to give the illusion of movement. That's weird. All right. Try not to worry about it. Okay, so now what it wants me to do is on the side is basically push this all the way down. Same thing with this guy and this guy. So I'm guessing that there's going to be some gears that go onto this. It looks very different from this angle. Yeah, so I guess maybe there is a bit of movement here. Oh, as long as I don't break them off. Yeah, you can definitely see some movement there. You got to really crank on it though to get it to move. Just leave that to the side there, and build up this guy. One of those, two of these, two of the three. Blank. Make sure I get this put together properly. All lines up nice and easy. This one goes on the end, and where that goes is down here at the bottom. That finishes off almost finishes off our maze. There's still one piece here, which is the next step. So 3 buttons, or these 1x2s. Here it is. It looked like a 3. These guys, and now could be the end of our maze pieces. So this one goes there. It's just kind of fun to play with it now. Focus. People watching. Okay. This is our final maze tee. Kind of follows a similar pattern to what we built up for one of these other sections. And what you end up with is this last T section of the maze. It's going to fit on nicely right here. There we have it. That's effectively the maze portion of it. Now let's figure out the gearing for the mechanisms. So this stuff, I always find this stuff really interesting. I've said this before. It would be fun to like work on the design team at LEGO, kind of putting this stuff together, figuring out how it all fits. I don't know if they have any North American offices, but maybe someday. That'll be the dream, I guess. On the flip side of that, though, it would be, you know how you shouldn't necessarily mix work and hobbies and stuff like that. It would wouldn't be great if I got a job building Legos professionally and then just couldn't stand looking at the stuff at the end of the day. Okay, so this gear goes onto the brown peg. Like that. This little spacer goes here. And then this guy like he kind of fits in here. Yeah, that's fun. More gears. So we got a couple of these. These are like a half gear sort of thing. So instead of being like a full gear like that, it's so that's a little bit different. And we've got 4 of these crossed owls, and it's around here somewhere. Port converters, or just obviously it changes angles on stuff. So okay, let's see if I can figure this one out. Oh, I need 2 of those. Here it is. So we start by putting these dowels onto here. Oh wait, hold on a second. There's a difference here. So this is this piece. There is a difference here. No, this is something different. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is the piece I want because that's what's shown in the picture. And that would fit in. These ones would not, like this does not fit in at all. Well, I mean, it fits in, but it doesn't, it just kind of goes through. It's too loose, not useful. Okay, so piece goes there. I'm just connecting all the dowels here. Now this piece fits on here. What's going on here? No, that's, yeah, okay, that's right. The one piece goes here, and this other guy goes on the other side. And this guy connects here. Okay. And this last guy just sort of connects in there. So that's all in the same row. Yeah, that matches the picture. Okay, we need a very specific long piece, which is right here. So that's this guy. Now, what we're gonna do, I suspect this is gonna be like one of our main gearing mechanisms here, the transmission, so to speak. Okay, now we add blue pieces onto it, this direction, and then another yellow piece to hold that in place. Half gear, like so. 2 more sleeves, little spacers again. Another blue support that's pointed the other way. 1 more spacer. Ah, here we go. Now we take these pieces that I found earlier, attach them onto here. I don't know if I have to put them all the way in. I don't. I suspect they probably have to be connected to something like this thing here. That's what's happening. Okay, so here's one gear, one transmission piece. And now we're into the red transmission. So this feels important. Put the red piece in, or the orange piece the red piece goes in the orange piece, like so. We've got our sleeve, a gear with the teeth pointed to the right. There we go. Still floats around nice and loose, so that's good. 3 more of these sleeves, and then a blue mounting piece. Another yellow guy to hold that in place. And then there's 1 more gear. And it looks like I can connect these 2 pieces together. So here's our full transmission. Gear. Oh, I'm missing 1 mounting hole. Here it is. Don't go too far. Okay, that's ready to go. Okay, so we'll try to match the orientation here, or I'll bring it closer. We got gear, mounting piece, sleeves, a gear with the teeth facing in, our connector piece, another mount, the gears facing that way. Yeah, I think we're good. Now, what we want to do, so as suspected, these blue pieces are just going to fit right over top of the gray pieces that are already there. So just going to make sure to back them off so they fit right on top. There we go. 1 locked, 2 locked, 3 locked. So now, when I turn this gear, everything should move. And it does. Nice free movement. Because that's kind of boring to watch, let's look at it up here. It's neat because they kind of move at different paces. Let me turn it the right way here. You definitely can see the chain moving in there. But that's looking pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, I really enjoy the mechanical part. I should pick up one of those one of those cars, and like you can get those fancy sets that have like Porsches and stuff like that, and it's like super geared and like stuff moves, and some of them, I think some of them even simulate like engine movement and stuff, like the actual like cylinders and stuff like that. Those could be kind of fun projects too. I mean, like there's no like really if money's no object, you could build Legos until the cows come home. Like there's so many sets out there. My problem is I don't have any space. So I've got to be really selective in what I pick up, because it's not like I'm going to take this apart and like throw it into a one of those Lego junk boxes that you had as a kid and build random stuff. I mean, I suppose you could, but so this stuff is so specialized, it wouldn't be the same. There we go. 12 of those. Now I have no idea what we're building next. I don't know what this piece is. I'm sure it'll all come together. It has a little picture, but that's all well and good. It still doesn't mean a whole lot to me. So let's just build and see what we end up with. A piece, a couple of these gray holy blocks, and another layer. Now this one's a little different. It's got the claws here. I bet you it's some kind of hinge. And we're just building up and up and up. I think there's 2 of these that I have to build. That makes sense? Yep, they go on the end. Okay. Well, that's fine. Where was I? Oh, yes. Gray piece. 205. And then on top of this fits a gray piece and a little hat, just like that. And we'll go back and do it again. Yep, I am back online. I had to switch cameras. The GoPro was just not going for me, so I switched back to an old Logitech camera. And now I'm not suffering from camera crashes and nonsense, which is good. But I've made some good progress on the mechanics. Actually, the mechanics are all done at this point. I'll show you here in a second what it looks like. There, 1 and 2. These look the same, right? Yep, same colors. Good. So now these guys looks like here we go. They fit into the top holes. Come on. There you go. Are they supposed to be offset like that a little bit? Yeah, they must be. I don't think it matters how I put these. Yeah, I think we're okay. Same thing on this side. It doesn't look like that's offset though in the picture. Oh, no, it's because I didn't push it in hard. That side went in. Did I just put these on backwards? I put one of them in backwards. That would do it. I mean, it was my fault, but it was not my imagination. Okay, cool. So that's on. So yeah, check this out. There's the final, kind of the final piece there. And when I turn this wheel, this gear, the whole thing does its thing. That's pretty neat. Yeah, it's coming right along. It's quite the interesting transmission it's got here on the side as well. Lots of gears and stuff. But it works nice. It works smooth too. Okay, so it looks like I'm building up some more of these. I guess it's the mount from this side. Okay, just to be a little bit different. Almost finished this bag. On here, and then this gray piece, this flat gray piece on top, and then I build another one. I'm not going to go back this time. I'm just going to build up. I'm sure I can keep track of. Okay, there it is. Now, if I throw myself off, make sure that these are actually attached properly. Certainly appear to be. There we go. There. Take that, 221. Here we go. Now we're going to connect in this piece here so it actually rotates along with everything and moves our ghost inside and our little cherry. Now we need this piece, this arm, this ball. That's it. Put the ball in here, like so. So that will rotate around. And as it rotates around, oh, that's neat. It's actually got a lot of play in it. And it's fine, it's solid. It's just the nature of it rotates around. So now the whole thing is animated. Orange guy's waiting to come out. The cherry's kind of dancing. And everybody's running around in a circle. Okay. So we're just going to finish off this stuff here. Like this fits on there, and this side, that's the same but opposite. We flip this around. 1, 2, and 3. Now there's placements. So we got cherries and 2 Pac-Mans. So it looks like one on the 4th, another one offset by a little bit. On the cherry side, which is this guy here, was on the 4th one. There we go. This guy here, 3-piece, and there we go. We get a little status. The number of Pac-Mans we have left. Now we're back into bag number 11. Oh, I forgot to put this guy on. Kind of really sticks out like a sore thumb when you forget to do that, eh? Okay. Well, a couple more pieces for the pile of spares. Ooh, bag 11 is over here. This is a pretty short bag, I think. It's a couple gears, so that's good. Yeah, it's amazing with this mic software. It's like I don't know if this crackling comes across or not, but it is really noticeable here. But I don't think the recording picks up on it. That's my voice might get a little muffled as the video card is trying to separate out the crackling from my voice. But okay, let's see if we can get through this in a fairly quick order. I say that, but I already can't find a piece. Should be 4 long pieces. Am I missing a bag? That's why. That's what's going on. It was a second bag. Okay, I may have just bit off more than I can chew for this evening. I mean, I'll get through it, but I think after this one, I will totally call it for the night and then resume this. What's tomorrow? Friday? Maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We'll see. Well, at least I found the piece I was missing. And 4 of them, no less. With a 4-piece, and then there should be some 3-length ones. In here. Yep. How many do I need? 3. 2, and so I think I might be done with this guy for a while. I'm just gonna put him aside over here. There we go. I just heard something drop. I don't know what it was. Okay. 2 of these gray pieces. And 11 of these guys. Here we go. 11. One of these. This guy's pretty long. I don't think there's any others, so I'm going to assume that this is it without counting. Whoa, look at that. Pretty straightforward. You just jam these ones onto those ones. There we go. Let's throw these ones on. Figure out what the right order is. So it's the 3 pieces here, followed by a couple of these longer ones. And we do the same. Almost the same. So one side goes over the edge here by 1 for here, and the rest are the same. Slowly but surely, we're taking these bags of chaos and turning them into nice, orderly Legos. Now this goes, I guess we're not done with this. Okay, so gear is here. This fits on like so. That gives a nice border. I like it. If I can fit it in. There it is. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, yep, we're doing that again on the other side. 11 of those guys. 3 and a 4. These flat long sticks. Oh, that's not one. But this is. 3 of these, and one of. Oh, it's right in front of me. One of these. The 2 I'm missing are these gray pieces. Here we go. Now we're with it. Touch that on. Throw the rest of these in here. Okay, we are just the front flat pieces here to go on. So we got the one overlapping piece there, followed by basically the same thing. Gives it a nice look around the edge of the game area as well. Right, let's throw this on. That looks all right. There, starting to look pretty sharp there. Okay, Now I think we are into stickers again, which is always frightening. So let's make sure I get the right length here. Or it's a 12 piece. 4, 8, 12, yep. And one of these guys. 3. All right. Let's do that one over again. And a 1x4 flat. These guys together. 231 now. Let's make sure I get this orientation properly here. So the 2 connectors are here. This is the right piece. This goes on top, followed by another 1x2. Now I've got this piece goes to the pointing up, and then an end cap. That's not an end cap. Okay, it's not that one. So I got another type of end cap here where it's like half smooth. Like there's only 2 connectors. So that's definitely not what I need here for 230. Oh, but I do need it for 234. Trying to get ahead of myself, right? Okay, so now we're into this business here. So this piece, and I've got this little glass window, and in that glass window, I need to put a 1-up sticker, which is, where's my 1-up? Here's my 1-up. Right there. Get my trusty tweezers out. And it needs to go in the top portion. Let me just see how wide this is. So this is obviously tough to gauge because I'm trying to get it on straight, but also like in the middle. It's not great. Not perfectly aligned in the middle, unfortunately. But it is on straight, so I mean, I'm not gonna try to peel it off at this point because I'll do more damage than not. But that is absolutely one of the aggravating parts of these projects. It makes it look really cool. It is. So that snaps in like so. And then that's the right orientation. Smudge it here. Do I have a, but I do not. Okay. I'm going to just get it with my shirt. That looks okay now. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So now on this side here, I'm going to build up the other half of this. So I need one of those. Actually, I need 2 of these. There's 2. 1 of these guys. That guy and a flat piece. Okay. So basically just building this up again. So, okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And where that goes is top here. Oh, and this is the piece I had from before. So this is supposed to fit on like this. You know, that looks backwards to me, doesn't it? Maybe that's, yeah, no, that's fine, because then the score wheel's going to go inside of there. Oh, man, okay. There's quite a bit of mechanical wizardry in this one. Yeah, so there's that. Now I need this dowel. Now what's going to happen is this is going to just sort of feed in here for the temporary moment. And I got to build up the scores. The Wheel of Fortune, which is this guy here. And oh man, okay. The important thing to remember is that I absolutely can take my time on this. There is no rush. This guy, there should be one of these weird half pieces here. Need one of those. Oh, here it is. Here's one of them anyway. Here's the other one. Okay. So what happens is this piece fits on the bottom. These 2 pieces fit in the middle. Seems like a very odd piece. I wonder what it was used for. If there was some other project this was used for. That fits on here. Now we add stickers. So looking at this, see how there's these notches here? I think I need to get the stickers right in between. Yeah, because the whole thing is keyed. So the stickers have to go here. So if I start with step 4, step 4 is sticker number 7 on the right, and sticker number 6 on the left. So if I get a feeling if I put these on the wrong way when the score is winding up. Okay. When the score is supposed to be winding up, it won't actually be winding up. There's the first one. Let's throw right in here. Not great alignment job. Okay, then on this side here, 10 goes on the right. Betcha if I went back and like applied a bit of heat, like a hairdryer or a heat gun, I could probably readjust if I needed to. It's tricky because everything wants to roll too. That's a bit of a complication. Okay, it's better. And this is the last one, more or less in the middle. The score is 6,900. Well, they didn't have a 420, so we're obviously not missing an inside joke. So now the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it does make sense. Thank God. It would have been awful to go through all that stuff here. So all we have to do is just jam this dowel all the way through. There it goes. I don't know how far I have to go. So we can read any of this stuff here, but as this thing rotates through, the score should be winding. Oh yeah, see, look at that. The rest of them are okay. It's just that last one. I wonder, yeah, maybe I can go back and try to fix it up a little bit. God, that's really crooked. Oh, I don't want to try to peel this off. It's just not, it's not gonna come off easy. No, I want to come back and do that with heat later. I'll do that after the stream. Unless, of course, I end up burying the stupid thing. Maybe I should do that now. What do you think? It's going to bother me. It's going to totally bother me. Yeah, that's what I do. Okay. Stand by 1 second. I'm going to grab a heat gun and see if I can make that adjustment. Okay, I am back. And I've got a heat gun with me. Okay. Here's my fancy heat gun. So, this is real risky, I think. Oh, you're assembling a desk via glue up. I don't even know what a glue up is. Yeah. I mean, anytime there's glue involved, it's not fun. Not fun at all. All right, all I need to do is heat this up a little bit. Just nudge this one corner up. I'm going to start off with it fairly low. See if I can let that move. Nope, not yet. Thing to keep in mind too, this Lego is also plastic, so I don't want to warp the whole thing. So I'm just kind of, if I can peel up the edge a little bit here. Oh, kind of going. Yeah, going the right direction here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Just kind of doing it with my fingernail now to see if I can slowly peel it back without causing any major damage. Oof. We got it. There. That's a lot straighter. Yep. That was, I mean, it's not perfect. There's a little bit of like, now there's a tiny little bit of damage there just on the edge. But I think when you look at it through the window now, I'm just going to look at the screen there. All the numbers more or less line up nicely. Yeah, that's a lot better. It was way more crooked before. Okay. I don't know if the heat gun exactly did it or not, but it. I think it helped. I'm going to say it helped. Okay. Moving right along. Yeah. It's assembling a desk by glue up. I'm having a hard time picturing exactly what that is, but it sounds super interesting. Oh, you mentioned you were working on some kind of desk that you wanted to have ready to go by the end of the week. There we go. Kind of puts that there, keeps it from. Okay, so there's a connection piece here. All right, a few more steps. Making good headway here. A blue piece and 3 of these guys right here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so according to my instructions here, let's put these together. Oh, it isn't. The desktop was too big and it sagged on the frame. I'm going another layer to give it rigidity for this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's a 72 by 36. That's a gigantic desk. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That is... I can see why you'd be getting sag in there, and I can picture now what you're doing. That's actually a pretty clever way to accomplish it. Oh, good, another sticker. This time it's our high score. So 72 by 36. Yeah, that is a huge desk. Good though. Having desk real estate is like I wouldn't be able to do this on a much smaller desk. So it's nice having the workspace for sure. I just want to see how wide we are. Okay, so it's going to basically go right to the end. When in doubt, change the orientation a little tiny bit. Here we go. Oh, oh, oh. High score. And that just goes on right here. And we continue building this thing out. What other stickers are we going to put on? And is this a 12 piece again? I just want to make sure because I do actually have ones that are like smaller. This looks good. Now we're building up another bit. Must be something else that rotates around. 2 of these. Flat. Let's start here with this orientation. Yeah, it definitely pays to pay attention to how this is rotating around. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. Here's my Lego pillar. Here it is. Another good reason not to carry on too late, so you start making these silly mistakes. And the last thing I want to do is make kind of a I don't think that would have happened in this particular case, but like you make a mistake and then it gets buried, and then you have to start taking stuff apart to get access to it. That is something I definitely want to avoid. No, that's right. It's topped off there, and that here seems like there's a gap here that shouldn't be here. What's going on here? What am I missing? That's what I'm missing. I start with this, then I put this on. Okay, okay, here we go. And this fits on top. Now now this should line up nicely. There we go. No gap. Okay, should be another dowel and a small cog here. Okay, so it looks like before we put this in, we add this gear here. And then that connects into our mechanism, our existing gear, right there. Now, another gear piece happening. Short blue. And one of these guys. So we take this at a 1x2, and then the full-size tube, a 1x2 with a hole in it. Add another cap. Blue thing. Attach the wheel to it, the gear. Final. Looking at it this way, it looks like it goes in like this. And then the whole thing fits on like that. Okay. And it connects and it works. We're getting close. I'm attaching this to the cabinet. I can feel it. Like we're just putting on the finishing touches here. Yeah, I'd like to spend some time and figure out why the GoPro wasn't working properly. But it looks like it was just a software issue. But that being said, I had lots of I didn't have this problem with the other computers. I don't know. Really weird stuff. Might just be might be a power thing too. It might need, yeah, maybe it's a power thing. I don't know if it needs like a full like I've got it connected up to USB 3.1, but maybe it's not, maybe it's drawing too much power. Because I don't have the battery connected, so it's like totally being sourced off the USB bus. And maybe that's giving it problems for this particular computer. It doesn't feel right here. Let's back up a little bit. So 3 or 2, this long piece. So you're left with one piece. Oh yeah, okay. I see. So that's gonna fit on here. Yeah, okay. And this one fits over top and it gives it some space for the gear. That's cool. So I can actually like wind the top score around, change it for you. Okay. Now there's three of these little triangle finishers. So these go right back here. There we go. And this whole thing, I guess it doesn't go on the cabinet, but it goes onto the game board. This fits on. No, not like that. Like this. Flip this thing around just so I'm lining up properly. I see what's going on. I'm going to keep moving around here. It's funny, it feels fragile, but I don't think it is very fragile. So it doesn't really want to easily go on there, but it must. There it goes. There it goes. Who ever heard of Lego pieces not fitting together? Ah, here we go. One up. Okay, now this whole thing is supposed to snap into... you can kind of see these supports are going to snap into these red things here. As long as everything... Let me start by putting it... There we go. So now it just kind of rotates. On the inside, yeah, those line up nicely. You can see right down in here. That's what's going to hold. 1 second. Holy cow, even the gearing matches. So if I just snap that in place, we're there. And this gear on the side, when you crank it, everything moves around. There we go. Huzzah. Neat. That's cool. That's cool. When I'm not breaking it. Got some damage. We got some battle damage on the side. This piece goes up here. What I'm missing. I'm missing some pieces. All right, I'll find that. I'll find that in a second. I have no idea where that went. Okay, well, I'll find that later. That's annoying. Yeah, I think it's one little piece there. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, okay, here's the drawings that depict how it connects in. And then when you crank it around, there we go. So, there's a little caption here. And what the caption says is the biggest challenge was getting the ghosts to turn the corners without getting stuck. We used a robot to test it thousands of times to make sure it's solid. So yeah, as you spin it around, nobody gets stuck. This guy is kind of pointed the wrong way. I mean, it'd be neat. Obviously in the game, the ghosts don't invert. They don't rotate around, but you know, it's Lego. There's only so much you can do with what we're dealing with here. But that looks pretty cool. So there's just a few more pieces to go here for bag number, what did I say, we're on 11? I kind of want to find that one missing piece. What's this? Okay, this is just kind of rounding out the top. Oh, I should find it. That's so annoying. Okay, stand by one moment. Okay, I can't find it. It's not here. I mean, it's around here somewhere, but I will look for it later. I'll do that after the stream. Okay, two. That's so annoying. Okay, let's get this built up. So these look like solid pieces, but they're actually, when you put them together, they're hollow inside. I don't know if you can quite see that. So when a block, like in plastic costs, I mean, that must save a ton of money rather than having a whole great big block of Lego parts. Makes it quite a bit lighter too. Yeah, that piece really took off. I have no idea where it ended. I mean, I thought I heard it hit the ground on the floor, but it's okay. Yeah, it's not too hard to take that off if I have to. I will absolutely have to. So this will pretty much be the very top of the cabinet. So the last little bit that I'm not going to do tonight, but I will do at some point, if maybe tomorrow. We'll see what's happening. I feel like tomorrow night, being Friday, is probably a good beer night. I'm just making silly mistakes now. At least I'm catching my silly mistakes. The last Lego build I did, the Lego DeLorean, I was so worried I'd make, and it was complicated in other ways. Mostly because you couldn't really see what you're building until like almost the very end. So I was so nervous I'd make a mistake, and I think I only made one little mistake that I had to sort of like half take it apart to fix. So it wasn't like a fundamental mistake, fortunately. I think one of my other regular viewers, I don't know if Troll is on tonight or not, but I think he caught one of them too, live on stream. So that saved me some hassle as well. Okay, this thing is really getting up there. Okay, not many pieces left here, so I'll just kind of refocus everything here. All right, so I'll start with this guy. It's going to fit onto this dude right here in the middle. 3 holes showing, and then a bunch more dowels. I think this is going to connect across the top of the cabinet. That'll give it a little bit more structural integrity. Although it is like, you know, notwithstanding the piece that I broke off of it a second ago, it is pretty solid. More dowels in the end. I was impressed actually with how that thing just kind of snapped in and all the gearing lined up and stuff. That, like, there was no finagling at all. Oh, neat. Okay, so this needs to connect in this way. Now, it's probably easier if I get my bearings. It looks like the end of this lines up flush here by the looks of it. So that's going to be my reference point. But hopefully, there, that works. In the middle is this ball connector. So the sleeve goes on to the long side. Over here from previously. That might have been the other thing I heard fall earlier. And these go into the very end. And so if I flip this guy around, what's going to happen here, this guy fits right on top. Here we go. Just like the picture. Still not quite the end, but it's like almost the end of this bag. We'll jam this in here. That one there. Not sure what it does. Oh no, there's 2 more connecting pieces on the bottom here. Okay. Earlier, there we go. That just gives this nice bit of support. Yeah, that's neat to see the gearing mechanism crank away down there. It's smooth though. It does. I'm really shocked like how smooth this thing is as you crank it around. Like it's like there's nothing to it at all. Neat. And there it is, box 12. So that's where I'm going to call it a night, with the exception of, I'm going to go find this missing block that I knocked out of there. So I'll go fix that. And I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be around tomorrow to do this, but I think I can finish this off in one more session, probably another hour and a half or so.